What's up, guys? Welcome back to Simple Minis. Today we have a video with my CRF110. Once again, we have some pretty cool parts from Pacific Coast Minis. Kind of a tongue twister if you try to say it fast. We got some parts from them. Jay over there sent us some cool parts to dress this thing up a bit. So we are going to slap these things on. So let's do it. It's so weird to fucking do some shit with your hands. I know it is. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not Italian enough to be like, you know. Simple Minis, bro. Simple Minis. Right. You can cut it out.
Like young guys where they go like this.
Alright. So here we got some cool parts we're going to be tossing on the CRF110. We have some frame bases, got a cool dipstick, gas cap. This is a kickstart eliminator. We have a brake pedal cap, set of wheel spacers. These are pretty cool. These are fork bleeders. So take these things off, bleed out the pressure that builds up in your forks. Pretty nifty little part there. We're going to be doing a set of triple clamps for this. Alright, go with the easiest first. Swap out the gas cap. Inside here, you'll have this orange O-ring. Just make sure you pop that out. You'll have to put it on the new one. You just need a little pick tool to get in there. Work that thing off. Slap your new one on. Just like that.
That fits mint.
Does fit really nice. My little breather on there so I can look really cool. Now, it's a good idea on these CRFs to replace the gas caps because they are known to break and they are a massive pain in the butt to get out if they do. So that's well worth the money right there. We are going to start with the dipstick, kickstart eliminator cap, and the brake pedal cap here. Pretty self-explanatory. This comes with an O-ring on it, so you shouldn't have to take your OEM one off. Good and tight. Pull this Kickstarter off. Now this, I believe, is a 2mm little Allen. On the bottom right here. Get lined up. PCM facing the right way. Make sure it's good and snug. Alright, so we'll pull our cotter pin out for this. We won't need it anymore. So we've got a 3mm Allen on the bottom of this guy here. While you are riding. Alright, we're going to pull this front wheel off. We're going to do the fork caps and then toss in the spacer when we go back together. So this will be the really fast part. Alright, next up we're going to loosen up this fork. I'm going to drop it down to about here just to give me enough room to get the stock fork cap out and get the PCM one in. Alright, so with the PCM fork caps, make sure you take off the OEM O-ring from stock cap, transfer it over. Pretty simple. Now, going back in, these PCM caps, there's a 10 millimeter on the inside of this cap here. Now, you want to keep the outside looking nice, obviously. So use this 10 mil, tighten this thing back down. You don't have to go too crazy tight on these things, just good and snug. We'll get the job done. Now, after every moto, whenever you feel like it, pop these caps off, push down on the Schrader valve, you release any pressure that's in there. Pop your sweet little cap back on, and that still looks good. Just make sure that's good and tight. And we will slide the fork back up. Something I want to point out is it looks like with these caps, if you have the stock clamps on here without any risers, you're looking pretty tight right here. With the new PCM clamps that I have, the bars will sit higher, so I'll have a lot more room here to work with. All right, we're gonna get the rest of this front end pulled off. Start with the fender, we'll go with the number plate, bars, etc. Alright, so part of getting these clamps in, we're going to have to get the bottom bearing race out. So I've got a pry bar and a hammer here. It looks like there's just enough lip on the inside to grab it. So hopefully it'll just take a couple little taps and this thing will pop out. Alright, so real quickly, I forgot to throw this on there, but this will go on the left fork and it replaces your brake cable guide. You slide that over the fork tube before it goes through the top clamp. Alright, so here we go. We got our wheel spacer in. We got this cable guide I was telling you about. Kind of cool. You can kind of adjust it to wherever you want on the fork tube there. I didn't put my brake cable in because I will need to get a longer one to reach. So with that being said, these things look pretty sweet. Alright, now for the rear spacer here, I'm going to try to do as little as possible. We'll see how that goes. Stock spacer's out. New one going in. Alright, so the final thing we're going to do is the frame braces. Now the only thing I did off camera was I removed the stock chain guard or sprocket guard off the other side. It's just two 8mm bolts, pretty simple. Didn't really feel the need to put that on camera. But for the frame brace bolts, we got two 14s here. The top one. You're just gonna pull these out, slap the braces on, put them right back in. And make sure you have your bike on the stand for this, because you're taking out two of the three bolts. And you just want to make sure that your engine doesn't hit the floor. On the other side, I'm going to put this brace on, slide the bolts through to the other side. These things look killer. Now I was told you can use the stock bolts with these. Should have no problem. It did look like there were some extra threads there, so yeah, I don't think we'll have an issue. I've got this one for this side. Snug these things up, and we will be all done. And again, I cannot say thank you enough to Jay over at PCM for hooking me up with some super cool parts. This thing looks pretty freaking sick now. I'm just putting the sprocket guard on this side. Alright, so got our frame brace, dipstick, we have the Kickstarter eliminator cap, brake pedal cap. Oh man, this thing looks so cool. We got our clamps, top and bottom. Wheel spacer poking through right there. We got the other wheel spacer back here. Got the other frame brace hiding over here. Like I said, eventually I might get rid of this. And check out those fork caps. Those are so cool. Alright guys, there we have it. Got this thing all finished up. Thank you again to Jay over at PCM for hooking us up with this stuff. It means the world. And the bike looks absolutely killer. I love the purple and red. I figured it would probably go against the grain a little bit, but now that I've got everything on there, I think it looks awesome. So, huge shout out to Pacific Coast Minis. Jay, you're the shit. We appreciate you. Look forward to doing more in the future. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Keep an eye out for more videos that we do in the future.